What's up, everyone? Thank you for tuning in to episode 1 of Black Girls in Media podcast. We are your new hosts and we are super excited. I'm Dante.
I'm Shelby.
And I'm Kelly.
And we're just going to dive right on into it. Unfortunately, we have seen the verdict for Breonna Taylor's case. I'm disturbed. I'm very, very upset about it. And I think that all of our listeners as Black women can agree with us that we've seen the quotes going around that the most disrespected, the most unprotected, the most undervalued is a Black woman. And I can't help but agree. Time and time again, we're being shown like, I literally have no words. Like, ladies, what do you feel about everything that's going on?
Well, first, I would just kind of say the thing that jumps right out into my mind is just heartbroken, right? Just to, I can't believe that this is happening once again. We've been dealing with this for so long. And, we kind of thought that this one would be a surefire case, right? Because the family of Breonna Taylor, they did the wrongful death lawsuit and they won. And so we're thinking, okay, so maybe once the time it comes around for the charges, everything would work out. And like we all know, it didn't. Literally only one of the officers was charged, and he wasn't even charged with anything directly dealing with her death. It was, the endangerment charge, right? For shooting someone else's apartment. And it's kind of just like, that is just such a slap in the face. Like, so you don't even see the wrong in actually killing this person, but you're going to be charged with accidentally having bullets fly in someone else's apartment? I mean, how does that make sense?
And I was overall just frustrated because it's like, what can we actually do? We protested, we have representation in the offices that were able to turn the verdict in our favor. So it's like, what can we possibly do now? And that's why I think it's so important to just vote in the local election, because I feel like that's where the most impact and most change can occur. And I think it can alleviate some of our frustration if we were to get more involved locally and do what needs to be done in our cities. But now that we know of that, because I don't think that's something that was really practiced before, it was really just a federal focus. But now that we know local change is what needs to occur, we can start tailoring our interests there.
Yeah, absolutely, Shelby. And just to kind of piggyback off of that, because I know you mentioned voting, just to kind of let everybody know that's watching. So obviously, Election Day is November 3rd, and the last day to vote online is October 13th, in person October 5th, and by mail, it has to be postmarked by October 5th. So we still have some time. If you aren't registered to vote yet, to please do, because like Shelby said, right, this is a situation that works from the bottom up. Right? So it starts with your local city council, your local governors, and then, it works its way up. And so if you really want to see change, you have to start in your own community.
100%. And I think, especially in our generation, you see tweets circulating and Instagram stories about people feeling like their vote doesn't matter. And we want you to know here at Black Girls in Media, it does matter. Every vote counts. You'd be surprised as to why we have the person in office now was due to the fact that many people didn't vote. So please educate yourself. Don't be ashamed that you didn't vote if you didn't vote last time. Be the change. We need every vote that counts, because we need some necessary changes. And like Shelby was saying, we do have solutions, but at the same time, we almost feel helpless because all these solutions and still look at the outcomes.
Right. I heard a lot of people saying during the last presidential election, we're voting for, two evils. So which one do you vote for? Vote for the lesser one, right? If you feel like we have two evils and, they both have their cons, at least vote for the person that you feel like could do a better job than the other one, right? No one's perfect, of course, but vote for the lesser evil.
Right. And if you need more information for your state specifically on how to get registered, and if you're doing mail-in or in person, visit cbsnews.com/vote. They have the links that will directly take you to all of that information. So there's no excuse, guys.
For sure. And even more information, we're hopping into the Black Girls in Media conference that's coming up. Yes. Very, very exciting. Kel, can you let them know some things that they can look for at the BGIM conference?
Yes, absolutely. So the Black Girls in Media conference this year is October 24th and October 25th. So it's 2 days jam-packed of networking and great times. I went to the one last year. not last year, a couple of months ago. And I absolutely loved it. It was virtual as well, but we still were able to have such a good time. It kind of started off with like a little reception. And so we had a DJ, everybody had their little glasses. We were just, having a good time. And we broke into our panel discussions and we broke into other little networking mixers. And I gained so much valuable information from it. This year's conference is kind of broken up between like what area of media that you're in. So the first day on October 24th, it is for people in PR, any producers, any A&Rs, label VPs, things like that. And then the second day is kind of all for your creators. So you have a YouTube creators, TV hosts, podcasting panel, a freelancing 101. So we pretty much have everything for everybody.
And y'all, these are some heavy hitters at the conference. These are not entry-level folk just giving their insight and advice. These are heavy hitters, experienced people. This is a conference you do not want to miss. I wish I could have went to one last time.
Not at all, especially with everything being virtual nowadays. I know many people, especially students who are just now starting college, may feel like, I don't know how to network. I'm unsure of how I'm going to get my next opportunity or how I can get information nowadays. And this is how. Look out for opportunities such as this, a virtual conference for you to be in on panels, ask these amazing talents and VPs. We have some, like Shelby said, some really heavy hitters on the list. So there's a lot for you people all to dive into, to take something away from. And again, a networking opportunity, because again, I know many may feel that right now there's not a lot going on. So dive into this. You do not want to miss this one.
Yes, and one of the things that I just want to quickly point out that I love, if you're already a member of Black Girls in Media, attending the conference is free because you pay your dues every month. And so you are automatically, plugged into this conference. So why not take advantage of it?
Right. Make sure you do it. And if you know a friend, someone who's not in Black Girls in Media, it's also open to you as well. The point is, we want you to join in. We want you guys to learn. It's all opportunity based for you. So don't miss this.
Yes. And I guess to kind of piggyback off of that, Shelby, I know you had some programs and some things, some academies that you wanted to talk about to kind of let people know how to still network, during the coronavirus and during, a time where we're not really meeting in person. So Shelby.
Yes, guys, these are your tools. If you are already in college, I advise you to get plugged into a minority pipeline program. So they pull talent from universities all over the country and they plug you into the top media companies, and they have you intern. It's a paid internship, and you also get different networks, mentors, and conferences that you get to attend. Not sure if they'll be virtual next year, depending on if you wear your mask or not. So some of these programs are the Emma Bowen Foundation, the T. Howard Foundation. If you're in school, I really advise you to get plugged into those. But if you're not in school, I advise you to get plugged into Ween Academy. And you can also get plugged into the nonprofits of the industry. That's a great way to get plugged in as well. So the Center for Communication is one. New York Women in Communications is another place. They have different programs and outreach to network virtually with other heavy hitters in the industry. So these are free gems that I am giving y'all to really advance and accelerate your career. Do not neglect these, okay? And then the last thing I would say are Facebook pages. These are a not tapped into gem. So minority this or Black woman in that, and then you type in what you're interested in, and they will get you, and you will find a Facebook page that will get you connected to the right people. And it's people that's on the low. So they're interested in networking, but they're not as out there. So make sure you get connected with those things and do not neglect those resources. Dante, I believe, Dante, you were in Ween, right?
No, so I went through the process of auditioning, actually the most recent audition, and I didn't get it. So I know I was a little bummed out about that, but everything happens for a reason. But I truly believe that Ween Academy is a great, like you said, media base for others to look into. one thing that attracted to me was that about Ween Academy was that it was all high women in the game. It was all about giving Black girls, Afro Latinas, different and other opportunities that we feel like most men get. We know that our industry is heavily saturated in male journalists. So I love that Ween Academy gives girls a chance to really fight for their spot. They don't want any self-doubt. They want you to be on your P's and Q's about journalism. So definitely that's a good one right there for somebody. Ween Academy is a great organization.
Transitioning too, so you don't have to be in college for Ween Academy. So if you're
Right.
post grad and you realize you have an interest in media and you weren't into it during school, this is a great opportunity for that transition. So don't miss
Right.
that.
And I'm older. So when I auditioned, I was 26. So again, I know most people are like, oh my gosh, I'm at a certain age. I should be somewhere by a certain level, or I just graduated school. I'm not picking up anything. Sometimes you kind of have to maneuver and go with what's being thrown at you. And again, it's super, super grateful for organizations like Ween Academy who make you feel like no matter where you are in life, like there's still opportunities out there for you. So I agree with you on that for sure. Guys, take heed to whatever Shelby has given you. These are great minority and media programs. So
Yeah.
take them.
And just to kind of piggyback off of what you're saying, Dante, I just think that would be a great segue to go into our next little topic about just giving people encouragement, especially people that just went back to school and they're trying to figure out what to do with so much uncertainty in the world right now. So Dante, let's start with you. What advice would you give to someone right now that's watching this?
Advice, I would say what's meant for you will never pass you by. And I say that because realistically, I was so bummed about the Ween Academy not getting into it. But other opportunities continue to come my way. And I truly feel that what is meant for you, what he has planned above, is always going to just flow, and to release control. We don't have control of the wheel, even though we really want to. So just go for the ride and embrace what is on your lap.
Yeah. Shelby, what about you?
I would say to not be shy. I feel like that was a struggle point of mine in college, which hindered a lot of opportunities for me. But until I was really able to find my identity and really, so that's another word of advice, really find your identity, find your passions, and don't let anybody steal your identity, because you know who you are and what you're rooted in. And once I was able to stand firm in that identity, I kind of had a voice, and I was able to walk in the authority and confidence that God granted me with. So please do not be shy and understand whose you are and who you are.
Yeah, amen to that. And I guess my piece of advice would be, just because it's delayed right now doesn't mean that it's denied. So things might not be happening as quickly as you want them to, but it does not mean that it won't happen for you. You're just, going over a little speed bump right now. So just stay focused, keep doing what you're doing, and just, keep manifesting and living in your truth, because it's going to happen. There's always a plan. This is a part of your journey, right? Everything that's going on right now in your life is just preparing you for other things. So I was watching the Breakfast Club the other day, and Amanda Seales was talking about how, she had to get ready for the BET Awards and doing it like all by herself. And she was saying that she was so thankful because when she was, at her house and doing stuff in her backyard, producing, directing, starring, and doing all these things, it prepared her to be able to host the BET Awards in her house by herself, doing all of those things. So it's all a part of your journey. It's all a part of your testimony. So just keep going.
Yes. Delayed, not denied. I love that one. Every
So
time you say it, Kel, I'm like, give it to me. I need that. Yes. So thank you guys so much for tuning in to episode 1 of Black Girls in Media podcast. We want to say thank you for voting for us, because if it wasn't for you guys, we would not be in this spot right now. We just ask that you follow us on all of our social medias at Black Girls in Media podcast on Instagram. My social media is Dante's Inferno on Instagram.
I'm Shelbs D. Smith.
And mine is at It's Kelly Ray.
And Also, be sure to follow us at Black Girls in Media in general. You can also find us there. Keep up with us on their highlights and let us know anything you want to see, any interesting people you want us to interview. We'll do some polls, some questionnaire, get to know us a little bit more. And we're so thankful for you guys adding us into the BGIM family. And stay tuned for episode 2. We will definitely go over some more, going through our ups and downs in our career path.
Yes.
Thanks, y'all.
See ya.
Bye, guys.